to the John and Linetia show.
Happy Halloween, Linetia.
Wow, it's kind of a week out,
Halloween.
but okay.
Yeah.
But that doesn't stop us from talking about some things that we had seen and we would like to talk about.
Yeah. Now, what did you dress at? You did like a slutty waitress,
No.
slutty stewardess,
No.
a slutty owl.
I did not.
No? What were you a slutty of on Halloween?
Alas, I forgot to pick up my costume.
So you were a slutty
So
Linetia.
I came as an account service rep.
You were a slutty podcaster.
No, sorry. I didn't take that route either. What did you dress as?
I dressed as a
Smokey Bear.
slutty account service rep.
So no different from what you're doing now.
That's right.
Except for more slutty.
Exactly.
Actually, that would have been a better costume than the stuff that we seen in the news.
Then you saw in the news. What did you see in the news?
You know, I just wonder what goes through a person's head when they realize that, oh, I got to get a costume for Halloween. What happened to our,
A lot of people get costumes for Halloween.
No, what I mean is, what happened to our decent costumes? You know, we used to do superheroes, and we used to do,
I think what it is I think a lot of people just want to find costumes that people are gonna think, wow, that's funny, or that's original, or you're pushing the edge.
But isn't there a fine line between funny, original, and pushing the edge?
Well, there always is. It's like telling jokes. In some cases, if you tell dead baby jokes, they're funny. But if you go to a funeral where somebody's toddler died, you don't tell dead baby jokes there, right?
I would have never put that scenario together, but only you would.
So
thanks for that.
Yeah. So when you hear about folks in the South, that are going to parties and one of them is dressed as Trayvon
Martin and the other one as
George Zimmerman.
I was kind of
really ha, that's a good outfit because one of them killed the other one.
I thought that was very distasteful. I can't believe someone did that. That was I can't believe.
It's kind of like after what was this? Now I can't remember. There was that animal guy, the Australian guy who died.
Oh yeah, somebody dressed as him, and somebody dressed as Stingray.
Dressed as him with a stingray stabbed through him or something like that, and that happened like 2 months after he died.
Oh,
so Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin.
So sad.
Yeah. That's just kind of tasteless. Now 5-10 years later, maybe not so.
But still, it's kind of tasteless still. I don't think that's the amount of time that has gone through.
Yeah, I guess that's
passed
true.
By. It's still
because it is just a person, and
yeah,
But if somebody did zombie Steve Irwin, then that wouldn't be too bad.
That would be clever.
Yeah,
that would be clever.
Yeah, or if somebody did like zombie Barack Obama or zombie Mitt Romney, then that'd be fine because you're taking a costume instead of going as Barack Obama, you're going as zombie Barack. Or what would be a good one? Zombie Duck Dynasty guys. Because I saw so many of the Duck Dynasty costumes. That was the big costume.
I was really surprised to see that. I didn't know that was as big as it is.
Yeah,
but I don't watch the show, so I didn't know.
If it was me, I'd be like, screw it. I'm going to Zombie Duck Dynasty.
I didn't get it. I also didn't understand why they had those people that dressed as the Twin Towers either. Why would you dress like the Twin Towers?
Those were a couple of girls in Britain.
Oh my God.
But it's, again...
It's in bad taste, John.
It's in bad taste.
And
it's people who don't understand the enormity of things or don't understand the seriousness of things.
That's insulting.
It's like the woman who thought it was okay that her kid was dressed as in a KKK outfit, right?
Yes, and she was quoted as saying, "Ooh, this is tradition.
Yeah,
the sons in my family, they all dress like this." And she also said, "I believe in separate races. I believe in what the KKK is saying." Yeah. I would have almost let that slide if she hadn't said that. So
yeah, but where was she? She was in the South.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
I don't want to say things about. I don't want to say that.
But we're not talking
You know,
about the most enlightened areas.
That's not true everywhere. We shouldn't say that. We should
True
say that
enough.
some people, depending on the part of the country that you live in,
You know.
just
The thing that, and I mean, there was a lot of things on the internet, and I know a lot of people probably saw like really kind of stupid and tasteless costumes and stuff like that. The things that bugged me were people who, like, if you've got a costume and you're dressed as something, but it's not so obvious, so you put a name tag on to show who you're dressed as,
right.
then it's not a good costume.
Right, and
okay?
it's not funny. You're gonna tell me who you are.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like, there was one of them. I did see somebody who did like the Trayvon and George Zimmerman one, and they put name tags on, and it's like, well, then it's not really a good costume. If you have to tell me the joke, if you have to explain the joke to me, it's not a funny joke. It's not
funny.
If you have to explain the costume to me, it's not a funny costume.
And it just doesn't seem like you put any thought into what you did. When you seemed like to me that was just, oh, this is something popular in the news, let me do that.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw some clever things like the people who dressed like, Miss Miley Cyrus. That was clever.
Yeah.
The people who dressed like Robin Thicke, they had on that two-piece black and white striped suit that he wore at the awards. Although
you're talking about Hugh Hefner and whatever bimbo he's doing now.
more people dressed like him. It wasn't just him.
Oh, as you're just talking
but stuff like that, it's clever. It's fun.
Yeah. Well,
it's
also,
cool.
People get it when you see it. You don't have to have name tags. A lot of the bad costumes and the tasteless costumes, like people with name tags. Like there were a lot of people that, I mean, it was pretty weird to see kind of like people who were dressing as like injured marathon runners.
Yes, I saw that.
But
that
then
was
they had to have a thing that said
from
Boston
the
Marathon
bombing.
on them.
Yeah, that was sad.
And it's just like, really?
That was sad.
I mean,
That was
it
really
was
sad.
kind of like, and if they didn't have a name tag or something that said Boston Marathon, you could probably be like, oh, you're a zombie runner or something like that.
And then
because it's how they looked.
And then we had something on the other end of the spectrum where I remember the young boy from high school dressed as Jesus.
Well,
and it offended some teachers. Then he got sent home.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Well, and part of that really was, my understanding is that the whole point of it was like they didn't want people to dress up as, I think, political or religious figures making fun of them. And even though, I mean, ultimately he wasn't outwardly making fun of it, but, there's this thing, this zero tolerance policy that a lot of schools have, and it doesn't work always. And so, I mean, they invited him back and everything was okay. It was kind of stupid.
Yeah, it was just,
first place.
You guys just got some press now.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I say, come on, people, let's think. Halloween comes around once a year. You can always find something to dress up as, like a little bit more intelligent.
Dress up as Slutty John and Linetia.
But then they would have to wear name tags so they
Yeah,
wouldn't
I
know
guess
who
they
we
would.
are.
Thanks for listening to the John and Linetia Show.